This one has my blood boiling. This next story is so bothersome to me. It's so troubling. It's so infuriating. I can't even wrap my mind around it. I am seriously pissed. And I'm going to try to find more information as it comes out, because the fact that this just went out today means there's probably more to the story that we don't know. I would assume that'll probably get covered in the next few days. But this article dropped this morning, and the headline is Marine Lieutenant Colonel goes unpunished after stealing hundreds of dollars of merchandise from the PX, the personnel exchange. Let me pull up my internet here. So when I saw this, I was like, unpunished? Unpunished? What? Like no punishment whatsoever for stealing from the PX? It is ingrained in us from the day that we even think about joining the military, not to steal from your shipmate or battle buddy or whatever your fellow airman, whatever you call it in the Air Force. Don't steal. Don't steal. How hard is that? Do not steal. And then additionally, I've known people who've stolen from the BX or the Navy Exchange, the NEX, the MCX, whatever you call it, wherever you are, AFES. You're going down. You're going to prison. I have never, ever heard of someone stealing from the exchange or from anywhere and getting away with it. This is like one of the most important ingrained things that we have is to not steal from one another, to not steal from the Navy or the exchange. I might call it the next. I might call it the next throughout this story because that's just so what I'm used to. But it's the exchange, it's the PX, it's the BX, it's the AFES, it's whatever you call it. So a Marine Lieutenant Colonel received no punishment after being convicted at a special court-martial in September of stealing hundreds of dollars in merchandise from the Post Exchange in Camp Humphreys, South Korea. Lieutenant Colonel Samuel K. Lee, 47 years old. He's old. He's 47. What are you doing? Was convicted of larceny on September 11th at Camp Foster, Japan. So my wife works on Camp Foster. I live right near Camp Foster. So he was convicted of larceny on September 11th at Camp Foster, Japan for stealing from the BX in Camp Humphreys, South Korea. According to the Marine Corps' most recent report on court-martial dispositions, because you guys might not notice, court-martial results are public information. You can go look those up. So the report noted, consistent with the plea agreement, the military judge did not impose punishment. So I'm assuming he pled guilty, but then no punishment. So what does that mean? Under military law, U.S. service members can face hefty fines up to a year of confinement and dismissal from the service if convicted of larceny. Larceny is theft. But since Lee appeared before a special court-martial, the judge did not have the power to sentence him to confinement or dismissal. Why? A no punishment deal. I've never heard of anything like that for an officer at a special court-martial, said Rob Bracknell, a former Marine Corps judge advocate who retired as lieutenant colonel after 20 years of service. And I'm telling you guys, I've never heard of someone stealing from the exchange and getting no punishment. What is this? This is like so bonkers to me. I'm sorry, I'm yelling into the microphone. This is so bonkers to me. I've seen dudes in prison. You get reduction in rank to E1. You get kicked out for stealing something from the exchange. And listen, that means your life is effectively over. Your life is over if you steal. If you get convicted and sentenced to prison and a bad conduct discharge, your life is over as you know it. You're never going to be able to succeed at anything if that happens to you. So Lee is a logistics officer, which, by the way, I Googled this guy. And there were articles dating back to 2016 about him being a commander of, blah, blah, blah logistics company. Those articles are scrubbed. They're all gone from the Army's website. It was on an Army website. Those articles are gone. Failed to find server is what I kept getting. So I don't know if those have been scrubbed in the last 24 hours or what the deal is. Lee, a logistics officer assigned to Marine Forces Korea, was charged and convicted on 2 specifications of violating Article 121 of the Uniform Code of Military Justice, which derived from the larceny of non-military property valued at $1,000 or less sometime between November 1st, 2019 and March 8th, 2020. So here's what he stole. Here's what he stole. He stole a 4K HD wire-free security camera system. How ironic is that? How ironic is it that he got arrested for stealing a security camera? Are you kidding me? Are you serious? Like, you have to be dumb, dude. You have to be really dumb. I mean, I'm talking stupid. This guy is a lieutenant colonel in the Marine Corps. He's making a ton of money. I'm sure he's making a ton of money. And he gets caught stealing from the exchange a security camera. Are you joking me, dude? Apple AirPods. Is it even dumber? Also really dumb. Apple AirPods, which then you're going to wear and walk around in your ears. And people are going to say, hey, where'd you get the AirPods? And he's going to say, I stole them from the BX. No, he's going to say, I bought them with my money because I'm rich, because I'm a colonel. But he's going to be lying out of his teeth because he stole them, because he's a thief. Bose noise-canceling headphones. He's an audiophile too. So he's an audiophile who decided the right thing to do would be to walk in to the BX and steal AirPods and noise-canceling headphones and this is funny, Estee Lauder Re-Nutriv, I don't know anything about this, Ultimate Diamond Energy Cream. $400 for face wash or whatever this is? Energy cream? Listen, this is so crazy. Oh, look right here. Lee, a lieutenant colonel with more than 23 years of military service, earns nearly $10,000 a month in base pay. In base pay. $10,000 a month. You can add another probably $3,000 a month in allowances at a minimum. So this guy's making over $150,000 a year. And he steal. I'm so angry because not only is this guy who's making $150,000 a year feel the need to go into the exchange and steal, but then he doesn't get punished. And an E4 and E3 who goes into the exchange, who's making no money, who's living in the barracks, who's eating at the galley or the DFAC or the mess hall, whatever you call it, goes in there and steals something and gets put in prison. Bad conduct discharge, reduction in rank, life ruined. And this guy, nothing. He's going to get his full retirement. He's going to get everything. Rich. He probably kept the stuff. Marine officials declined to provide a career biography for Lee, but a monthly unit newsletter from September 2016, this is what I couldn't find when I clicked the link, said he was serving at the time as commanding officer of Combat Logistics Battalion 5 during a deployment to the Middle East. Lee was promoted to colonel in November 2019, but removed from the promotion list, probably because of this. But hey, who cares? Just promote. Why don't you just promote him too? Just make him a colonel if you're going to do this. What a slap in the freaking face. I am so mad. This is the most upsetting thing that I've read. And we did a story on murder earlier. Oh my God. This is totally freaking insane. So Captain Butterfield, a Marine Corps spokesman, declined to comment specifically on Lee, but said that when officers' nominations for promotion are withheld due to administrative or legal issues, the Navy Secretary must decide whether they will advance to the next rank. Just promote him. Promote him. Who even cares? Just promote him. Butterfield told Task and Purpose, which is where this article was originally published, that each case is different and sentencing takes into account the impact of the crime on the victim and the unit's discipline and morale. Are you serious? Are you joking? Is this a joke? This part must be a joke. This part of the article must be a ha-ha funny joke. What do you think the impact of morale is when you don't punish a colonel for stealing from the exchange? Are you joking? Are you joking me? Zero punishment. What lesson does that teach to junior personnel or to anybody? I should go steal from the exchange. Maybe today I'll go steal from the exchange because apparently as long as you're a colonel, as long as you're high ranking enough, you just walk in and take whatever you want because that's how it works, because that's how the military works. If you're high ranking, just go steal. If you're low ranking and you steal some bubble gum, guess what? You're going to prison. I'd like to remind you at this point, He stole a security camera. This guy stole a security camera. What? What the hell, man? So it says here, the convening authority may enter into an. I'm like, I don't even know if I put on the 7-minute timer. It hardly matters. We're going to talk about this one for longer than 7 minutes. We already have. So the convening authority may enter into an agreement with an accused concerning the disposition of the charges and specifications and the sentence that may be imposed. The decision to enter into a plea agreement is heavily reliant on the accused's willingness to cooperate in an investigation, the nature of the offenses, and the accused's willingness to assume responsibility for the conduct, how, in what way did he assume responsibility? This is the definition of not taking responsibility for your actions. This is totally insane. And now I believe, as we get down the article here, that this article does show similar crimes and sentences that have been imposed. So, nevertheless, Marines Farr Jr. in rank, convicted this year under similar circumstances, not as fortunate. Yeah, you think? Do you think? And not only before I go into these other crimes and what they got for it, in my own experience of people that I've known who this has happened to, when you steal from the exchange, you can expect maximum punishment. It's expected. If somebody stole from the exchange and then got booted out, you were like, yeah, duh. Of course you're getting kicked out. You stole from the exchange. It's like a no-brainer. This is like basic stuff. This is like boot camp stuff. You guys got to be able to tell from just hearing me talk. I've never talked like this on the show before. It's been a long time since something has had me act like this on this program. It is so a slap in the face. It is so hypocritical, and I hate hypocrisy. I hate it. So let's go over some of these other similar cases. In January, a Marine Lance Corporal with the Marine Corps Embassy Security Group was convicted of larceny at a special court-martial in Quantico, Virginia, and sentenced to 60 days restriction and demoted to private. That same month, a sergeant at the recruit depot in South Carolina, convicted of larceny at a special court-martial, was reduced to Lance Corporal. Service members below the rank of sergeant, a mid-level enlisted grade, typically make less than $3,000 in basic pay per month. They're saying this colonel was making over, and you know that's true because all you have to do is look at the pay chart for his rank and years of service, and you'll know exactly how much he's making in base pay. Military pay is public information. So, additionally, at a January 28th general court-martial of a gunnery sergeant convicted of larceny at Camp Foster, Japan, again, that's where I live, a judge meted out a reduction in rank to staff sergeant, which to go from E7 to E6 is a huge, huge reduction in rank. It's one rank, but it's like 1,000 ranks to your honor, okay? Total forfeiture of pay and allowances and 60 days in prison. In prison. A private first class fared even worse after being convicted of larceny at a special court-martial in August. The Marine was demoted to private, sentenced to 4 months in prison. 4 months in prison. Forfeited more than half pay over 4 months and was given a bad conduct discharge 3 weeks before this. 3 weeks ago. Or I should say 3 weeks before Lee got, off with no punishment. And it says here, Lee did not respond to a request for comment. I want to make this guy's face. Go viral. If you can share this and share this guy's freaking face and make this go viral, this is everything wrong with the military. Everything wrong with the military justice system. This is one of the most egregious violations of trust among the ranks that I have ever seen. This guy, for all intents and purposes, might as well have walked through his command kicking everyone in the nuts, because that's what this is. this is a big nut kick to everyone. And, you know, I'm using that as a gender neutral reference. Okay. Just imagine getting kicked in the nuts. It's just a figure of speech. Okay, ladies, I'm not trying to not make you a part of this, but just imagine this guy. You are a dirtbag, sir. You are a dirtbag, straight up. And if I see you here in Okinawa, I'll tell you that you're a dirtbag, because that's what you are, a dirtbag. You, sir, are a dirtbag. If it was, in my mind, if this guy's a leader of Marines, he should never have allowed himself to get off on, without charges. How does this happen? How? Why? Who? When? Where? I have a friend out here who's a lawyer in the military. I'm going to try to get them on the show. I'm going to try to bring them on the program and discuss this case, because when I say I'm troubled by this, if it's not obvious from listening to me talk about it, I really mean it. I really mean it. This is the worst thing that I've seen on this program to date of everything we've covered. Because even when the opportunity to serve justice is here, they ignored it. They just ignored it. This guy got caught stealing a security camera, AirPods, Bose headphones, and a $400 face cream, which are all luxury items. Nothing there was a need. Nothing there is like stealing bread. And he's caught. And he gets zero punishment. That's a disgrace. That is a total disgrace. And the Marine Corps should be completely ashamed. And this story should go completely viral. So share this story, because it's like unbearable to me. It is seriously unbearable. So we have to share, we have to get this out there. We have to get people to hear this story, because it is just too crazy. It's just too crazy to ignore and let just go by the wayside. And I feel sad. I feel sad for all of the Marines out there who've been, and sailors and airmen and soldiers who are out, 18, 19 years old, they make a mistake, they steal something, a bad choice. It's a bad choice. It's not honorable. And then they get kicked out. Their life's ruined. So I don't even know. I'm going to take this guy's stupid freaking face off the screen.